Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Today, as always, I have a general reading for you, and as always with a general reading, only take what resonates and leave the rest. It is a timeless message and can represent past, present and future depending on where you're at on your healing journey. Spirit will always guide you to a message that you need to hear exactly when you need to hear it. Okay, for the ease of channeling, I'm going to use the pronouns he, she. By all means, sort them out if they don't resonate for you. Okay. Okay, so I was just outside in my garden, and I saw a wasp. It's quite a cold day, but I saw a wasp it kept flying into my washing line. It was adamant. It was just, there was something about the way it was just determined to either find, it was looking for something that wasn't there. It was just adamant that it was going to get through or something. And I heard being shown the door, and I was shown like a spiritual bodyguard, like your angels or something, showing someone the door, and someone being adamant and like fighting against it, like no, you can't put me out. And they're really angry that they're being shown the door. Okay, so we're going to tap into that energy and see what Spirit wants us to know about this situation. But all I'm hearing is no, you can't show me the door. Do you know who I am? So if someone is telling Spirit, do you know who I am? And Spirit are like, we don't care, get out. You're not having, it's like somebody's not allowed to have access to you or your energy. They are being shown the door. Now, this could be Spirit showing them the door, but it could also be that you've basically given somebody the message that they're not having access to you, like you've shown them the door. Okay. And it could be both. So it could be on a spiritual level, Spirit are showing them the door, but they're not listening, they're not following their intuition because they're placing themselves too highly in your life. So it's going to filter down to the physical, where you're going to have an interaction with them and you're going to make it clear you want nothing to do with them and they're not getting back in with you. Okay. But this person isn't letting go. We have the answers that you need are coming full moon in Gemini. You could be dealing with someone who is a twin, someone who's a Gemini. You could be a Gemini, someone who's two-faced or playing both sides. Or they're going to get to see another side of you, okay? I'm really being drawn to the blue as well with the throat chakra. So there's going to be some sort of communication. It might not necessarily be verbal communication, okay? There's something about the eyes and just giving this person a look, like communicating without using your words, okay? Something to do with your facial expression, just looking at this person like going, I like you for real, don't even bother, don't even try me, okay? But there's something in this interaction, and for some of you it might be a verbal, but there's something about you're going to have an interaction with someone, and in that interaction, in that moment, nothing's going to be, neither of you are going to say anything, but the silence is going to speak volumes, okay? Your energy, your facial expressions, your body language, it's going to speak volumes, okay? Because what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing something to do with your eyes, and I'm seeing and hearing that this person's going to see another side of you. Gemini is an air sign, okay? Air signs can be quite cold, quite cutting, but not necessarily, that's not necessarily negative, okay? It's the energy of the air. Is something to do with knowing when to speak and knowing, like, choosing when to speak and what, knowing that you don't always have to speak, because you can say everything you need to say without using your words. My throat chakra is my throat is starting to feel a bit dry and scratchy. So in this communication, it's kind of like it's going to be a bitter pill for this person to swallow. Like, your words are going to be cutting, but your words are being going to be unspoken. Does that make sense? You're not going to say anything, but you're going to communicate in a way you don't need to verbally communicate. I'm feeling really strongly that there will not be a verbal communication, but there will be some sort of interaction. And the fact, what I'm seeing is like two people like crossing paths, neither one speaking, one trying to get back in with the other, and the other looking, going, don't even try me. Like, and in that unspoken, that communication, the other person looking like, oh shit. Because air also represents the mind, and it feels like this person is trying to get back in. They think that they can manipulate you. So it's something to do with mind manipulation. Something, it feels like this person's coming at you. You know when someone comes at you in this woe is me energy, feel sorry for me, and I feel like they're going to come at you in that energy to try and manipulate you. It's to play mind games, but it's not going to work, because they think they can play on your guilt. They're trying to attack your heart chakra. They're trying to affect your heart chakra, playing on the guilt and shame, feel sorry for them, because they know you're so kind and empathetic. But they're doing it so that they can pull on your heartstrings. They can have access to your mind, but you're not going to give them that access, because your mind and is stronger now than it was when you last spoke to them. Okay, you're a different person. They're not realizing that there's something to do with you being isolated, you not being seen, and they're assuming that because you're isolated and you're keeping your distance from everyone, that this means that you're depressed and you're really down. And when they see you, they're going to see that there's an opportunity to pull on your heartstrings. This is what they want. They want you to feel insecure. They want you to feel down on your luck. They want you to be in victim mentality so that they can infiltrate much easier. Okay. But whilst you've been in isolation, you've actually been transmuting that energy, because there was a situation here where you ended up disconnecting from this person. Okay, something happened, and with the swords, this could be some sort of betrayal. Okay. And what's happened is, through that betrayal, it's not that you've stopped caring, but you were able to emotionally detach from this person, and they can't emotionally manipulate you in the same way anymore. You haven't closed your heart chakra off. What you're doing is being more discerning with regards to who you give your time and energy to, which is where communication comes in, and knowing when to interact with people and when to not. Because when you communicate with someone, you're then allowing them access to your energy in a way. Okay. but there's also something here about not saying anything to this person so that it can't be twisted and manipulated. All right. But what this person's underestimated, because they're still stuck and stagnant, they haven't grown, they haven't learnt their lessons, they haven't ascended since the last time they saw you. They're assuming that you're in the same place. So it's something about them thinking that what's going on with them is actually your energy, and it's not, it is their energy. You're thriving without them. And when you have this interaction with them, they're going to realize it is going to be, it's like there's, what I'm seeing is in that moment like a whirlwind. Like they're going to go through a range of emotions because they're going to have a realization of their tricks aren't going to work with you anymore. They're not going to know how to approach you. You're going to silence them. They're not going to be able to physically speak to you because they're going to meet the new version of you and they're not going to know what to do with that version. So they're going to go through a range of emotions, and then the realization of you're not coming back is going to hit them. And I can see them plotting and planning because there's a new version of you. They're now plotting and planning another way to get in. Okay, this isn't going to work anymore. How can I get back in? What else can I do to get back in? And that's like what the symbolism of the wasp hitting my washing line was showing me, that they're going to just keep trying. It was going round the washing line. Okay, I can't get in this way, so I'm going to go another way. And it just wasn't having luck, and I could just feel the energy of the wasp getting frustrated. Okay, it does not matter how this person comes at you. They have been shown the door. They have been that door has been shut, locked, bolted. I'm seeing safety bars, chains, all sorts. That door no longer exists where this person is concerned. Okay. And I'm seeing a spiritual bodyguard. Okay, so your spiritual bodyguards, your angels, your ancestors, and your protection, you're highly protected, very, very highly protected. And I'm hearing gatekeeper, like they're like, absolutely not, no. But in this interaction, you'll feel straight up. So if you're worrying about when this interaction happens that you might not see their true intentions and that you'll kind of accidentally let them back in, don't worry about it. You are going to be shown. You will know. It will almost be as if spirit, like it's going to, how can I explain this? It's an energy of you're physically there, but there's going to be something that just kind of it's like your spirit guides are just going to be like, nope, and they're going to move you, and you're just going to move how you need to move, like it's like a second nature, or like first nature even, like because I was going to say second skin, but no, it will be so natural you won't even realize until afterwards that spirit moved you. Okay, there's absolutely, it's going to be almost like there's a bubble around you, but in this moment this person is going to realize that you don't need them, and that you're not coming back, and that you were isolating yourself. They think they've successfully isolated you. Excuse me. They think they successfully isolated you, but what they haven't realized is actually they did you a favor. That they actually did you a favor because you were like, great, I can work on my mission and purpose, I can do my shadow work, I can fill my cup of love, and start giving to the people that actually reciprocate my energy. Okay, we have your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, you could be a Capricorn, to take that energy as it resonates. Capricorn is also represents the devil card in a tarot deck. Okay, so this person is coming in with, like, their intentions towards you are not pure. Their communication is something about throwing someone under a bus. This person has been playing both sides, and they're continuing to try and play. They want to come back in and continue to play both sides. There's another group of people that this person has been going to with regards to, like, putting you down. Like, this person's been playing both sides. I said this in another reading. They wanted you and this group at each other's throats. They wanted you arguing so that they could come in and bridge the gap, be the mediator, bring everyone back together. Like, they want to believe that they're the glue that holds everyone together, so they've gone out of their way to cause conflict and drama where it wasn't necessary, purely so they can appear relevant. And it backfired because you walked away. We have worked through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. Yeah, this person, there's something about you being around that made this person feel like they were going to lose their position within a group of people. Like, this person was absolutely coming from a place of fear, but instead of you going into fear with regards to what this situation was, you saw the high perspective and you took it as an opportunity to transmute your fear, or any energy that was coming up for you to look at, anything that was triggering you. You took this opportunity to go deeper. On the bottom of the deck, we have hold your vision. This person is absolutely convinced that if they can just come at you in the right way, they can get back in and they can still play hero in this situation. There's something about them going back to this other group of people, though. They've gone back to this other group of people in victim energy, in this victim. If you're in a victim mentality, there are fears creating that victim mentality, regardless of what it actually is. There's a fear of abandonment and rejection within this person. But if they do their shadow work, they'll heal the parts of them that they're abandoning and rejecting, then they won't have to cause chaos in other people's lives. This, because they need the validation. It's something they need, outside validation. But there's something coming up about them going back to this group of people with regards to this interaction. So you're going to have this interaction with them, and then they're going to go crying, playing victim to this group of people. But there's someone or a few of them in this group are going like, no, we don't want to know. We do not want to know. There feels like this. There's a masculine. There is a masculine within this group that is starting to see something differently. Gemini, reflection. two sides of the same corn, two sides of the same coin. There's something here to do with reflection. Reflection. Looking in the mirror. Communication. With regards to this twins, this could also be somebody's mask slipping. Something. There's something about this person going back to this group of people crying, playing victim with regard to the fact that you kind of ignored them, that you won't let them back in, and that's going to trigger someone's awakening to this situation and cause them to look deeper, because there's something here about somebody's asking questions. Instead of just believing what this person is saying outright, somebody's learnt their lesson from the past. So in the past, this person that was playing both sides went to this group of people and told them things about you, said something that was going on within this situation, cried. I'm hearing crocodile tears, okay? Playing victim. And this group of people just instantly believed them, okay? This could be a family situation, and family doesn't have to be your literal blood family, okay? It can be your colleagues, it could be your work family, it could be people that you perceived as family, like your chosen family. But there's a situation here where somebody just, without question, believed what this person was saying about you. And because you've walked away, it's left them questioning if you were the bully, if you were the if this person was, so if you were the villain, thank you, if you were the villain and this person was the victim, why would you walk away? Like, I can feel myself questioning it. Something's not adding up. Like, this person made themselves out to be the victim. They played the victim card. They cried crocodile tears, because basically they were scared of getting caught. Somebody backed them. Somebody knew that they weren't the victim and backed them anyway. And it backfired on them because they chose the wrong person. So now, right, okay. So this group of people, some, if not all of them, knew that this person, let's call them, this person was playing both sides. I'm going to call them an instigator, okay? Because they started drama and chaos where it didn't need to be. This instigator, this group of people knew that this instigator wasn't innocent. Some, if not all of them in this group, knew that this instigator was not innocent. And yet they chose to back them anyway. And in doing that, it backfired on them. And they're now receiving karma. They're now reaping karma because you walked away. But there is somebody within this group who didn't have all the... So there's three different things. Now you're going to have to take what resonates for you, and it may be all of them. Somebody in this group knew outrightly that you were innocent and the instigator was guilty. Okay? Somebody knew outright and still chose to back them. Somebody didn't have all the information And instead of doing their research and coming to you and finding out your side of things and what was going on to try and put the puzzle pieces together to work out what was actually going on, they chose to side with this instigator without question. Now there was a third one. There was a third perspective, and now that's gone. Okay, so we're just going with the two for now, because there was another one coming through then, and that's gone out of my head. But whoever it is that believed this person without question and truly believed that the instigator was the one being bullied, that the instigator was the victim, is now not taking for gospel what this person is saying because you walked away, and they're starting to question if you were the bully. Bullies don't just get up and walk away from their victims. If they are successfully bullying someone and they're getting a kick out of that, then why would they walk away from it? That's what this person's starting to question, things like that, okay? And it's because of your interaction with this person. Or they may have thought, oh, you just had a falling out with the instigator. You and this instigator had a falling out. Maybe you two were friends. And that, oh, you'd make it up and everything would be all right. But because it's all to do with this interaction with you coming across, bumping into this person, and I say interaction, it's kind of an interaction without interacting. Like you just walking away, you not trying to fix it. That is gonna spark something within someone, an awakening. Because maybe they thought if you and this instigator became friends again, that everything would go back to normal. And now they're realizing that actually it's not going to be as easy, that basically there's more going on than they know about. I'm being shown screenshots of text messages or text messages, and something about someone I can see a masculine, now it doesn't have to be a man, it's somebody in masculine energy having a go at this instigator, at this person that was playing both sides, and I can hear them saying, enough of your bullshit, enough of your bullshit. There's something, whoever this masculine is, this masculine knew they were in the wrong, but because he started to back them, he felt he had no choice but to keep going. Or he believed he was doing the right thing, and he's now realising it backfired on him and he didn't make the right choice. And now he's saying to this instigator, to this bully, I'm not doing it anymore. I'll have your back if you're genuinely in the wrong, but in future, don't bring your drama to my door. If you know, you start taking responsibility. He's trying to, whoever this masculine is holding this instigator, this bully, this person that's playing both sides. He's holding them responsible. He's holding them accountable for their own actions and telling them they need to sort it out themselves. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. Someone was left out. This person or this group are turning. They're turning on this bully, this instigator. They're turning their backs. And they're telling them, like, go away. Go and sort yourself out. Go and sort this situation out. They're turning away from them. They don't want to know. And this person is starting to be, what they wanted for you was isolation and for you to feel alone, so that they could infiltrate your energy much easier. They wanted you in a state of lack and a state of fear, because when you're in a lack mentality, when you're in you're coming from a place of fear. You're more easily controlled. And that's what they wanted. They wanted control over your mind, over your choices, over your decisions. And somebody, because of this interaction that you've had with them, they've gone back crying to this person. And they're all this group. They've gone back to this group, and there's people within this group turning their back on them. And now they're the ones that are being isolated. They're being shunned out of a group because of what they did to you. But not just because of what they did to you, but because they turned this group against you. They involved this group unnecessarily, and it's backfired on this group. Okay, let's get some more clarification. Okay. We're being shown, I'm not taking all of these, okay? Someone, yeah. Someone manipulative tried to steal your happiness, okay? As this Ten of Cups came out, I saw and heard the word relationship. They may have tried to steal your relationship with someone or come between your relationships. So they definitely tried to destroy your relationship with this group of people. And they may have been successful in doing that because I can see that you've walked away from this group. But they wanted to destroy your faith and your belief so that they could bring you down, so that you could be controlled. They tried to destroy your happiness. Now, this may have been your romantic relationships as well, because I'm seeing the swans. Something about a relationship with a soulmate, a higher level soulmate or a twin flame. They tried to take this from you because they didn't want to see you happy, or they didn't want you to be happy with someone else. They may have convinced themselves that they were your twin flame, that you were in a relationship with them. This person may be bisexual. They may have had a crush on you. You may have seen them as a friend and nothing more. And there's something here about them being bisexual, you being straight. This is the example, okay? Just take it as it resonates for you. And you getting in a relationship with a member of the opposite sex crushed them. There's something about you being in a relationship that they felt was a betrayal, like you'd cheated on them. But you weren't together. There's something here about someone you saw as a friend, and it doesn't have to be same sex. It could be that you're opposite genders. But somebody you were in a friendship with had convinced themselves that you were both in a relationship, and you started a relationship with someone else. I want to say it destroyed them. They felt like it was a betrayal. Or it may just be that they saw how happy you were in a relationship with someone else, and they were upset and they felt betrayed because they felt like you should be that happy with them. This could just be an obsessive friend that didn't want to see you happy with anybody else, didn't want to see you in a relationship, wanted to keep you single because they were single. But there's something about you getting into a relationship with someone and it feeling like a betrayal to this person. So they turned this group against you to break up this relationship. And it backfired. And it's backfired on this whole group. And they're all now receiving karma because of this person. The world, yeah. The tables are turning. You took back your power from this group and this situation. You walked away. You didn't say a word. You didn't fight back. Your volume speaks volumes. Your silence speaks volumes. It spoke volumes, and it's now speaking bigger volumes. The tables of the table is turning. It's turned. This person and this group are receiving their karma, and this group has now turned on this person. And they're telling this person that they've got to turn it around, that they've got to fix things with you to turn it around. They think that coming back into your energy, this group thinks that either this person, yeah, it is, this group's told this person they've got to make things right with you, they've got to fix things, and this person's version of fixing things is to get back into your energy so that you take on their karma and they don't have to. They just want to scapegoat you. They think if they can get back into your energy, that you can take on their karma and transmute it for them and they won't have to go through it. And Spirit is saying, absolutely not. And I'm seeing divine timing with this World card. It's divine timing that they're receiving their karma. It's been a long time coming. We have 5 of Swords is conflict. 8 of Wands, communication. Yeah, this is what they wanted for you. Can you see this person? I don't know if you can see that. There is a person here on their knees with a red flag. And I feel like this is you with the 3 of Swords. Now, the 3 of Swords usually represents heartbreak. And what I'm feeling and seeing here is that you've had victory over this. This situation broke your heart. It hurt. Betrayal is possibly your core wound. But you overcame it. And you're standing. Can you see how he's got the 2 swords up here? That's your intuition. That's your choice to overcome. We all go through things, and you have a choice to do the work and overcome and heal, or to continue to go, like, think the world is against you and stay in that victim energy. And this person has got no choice. They're going to have no choice but to surrender to you. I'm not saying that you want control and power over them. It's more a case of this person being in black with this, it's a red flag. What I'm feeling here is that their intentions, they're realizing that you have the upper hand because your energy is more powerful than their dark energy. Okay, this person's in very dark energy, and I feel like the light is breaking through here to shine down on you because you've overcome the hurt and the pain, and you have your sword of truth here, but it's not up, it's not speaking, it's not saying anything. You've you're not saying anything. You transmuted. You may have managed to do it really quickly as well. There's something about incoming communication, incoming messages. This person could be, right, so this person wanted you to come to them and beg them for forgiveness, beg them to help you by speaking to this group of people and fixing things, okay? Now it's the other way around. This person's going to come to you begging you to sort things out with them so that they can fix things with this group of people. They wanted you on your hands and knees, lacking confidence. They wanted to dig away at your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your self-love, so that they could have power and control over you, and that you would go begging them to help you with this group that turned on you. I'm seeing a group in this Eight of Wands. But now, because this group is shunting and shoving, I don't know why that's come through. I just saw trains, like shunting and shoving. I don't know what the significance is there, okay? Maybe that's a sign that if you see trains shunting and shoving and changing coaches and things like that, that this is a sign that this message is for you, okay? Shunning is what I was going to say. This group is shunning this person until they made things right with you. And it feels like this person is trying to rush in to fix things with you. They know that time is running out and that their karma is catching up with them. This group may have put a time limit on this person as well. They may have told them, because I heard Christmas, so they may have told this person that they've got to sort it before the holidays, before Christmas, before Thanksgiving, because there's something to do with a group wanting to come together around Christmas. Or between now and Christmas, in the next 8 weeks. Something about 8 weeks. I'm hearing 8 weeks. On the bottom of the deck we have Two of Cups. There's something to do with a partnership. This is you and your person. If you're in a relationship, this is you and your person. If not, this is you and your own energies, your own masculine and feminine energies. But there's also something to do about a partnership coming in. Somebody wants to work with you. Somebody wants to collaborate with you. There's some sort of collaboration coming in, okay? It may be this person wanting to come in and try and collaborate with you to fix this situation. Three of Wands. On the bottom of the deck we have the Star. Yeah. There's, like, you're not waiting for this person to come to you. You're too focused on your healing. You've healed. I feel like you've already let this situation go. Like, you've healed. You are the Star. There's something about this person. There's some waiting. What are they waiting for? What are they waiting for? Something about courage. But there's something here about, oh, okay. They need to get in quick with you because they know you're about to be, I was going to say famous, some sort of celebrity, something to do with recognition and reward, okay? Being well known. That doesn't have to be like in the public eye or anything like that. It could just be within your town. Something to do with your reputation withstanding their slander. Something about it's about something to do. The time is running out. They need to paint you as they need to successfully paint you as the villain. So this group knows this person doesn't want it getting out into the public. So this could be your town. So they could have been going around the town, painting you in a bad light. They don't want it to become you. They don't want you to know that they've been shunned by their family or this group of people. They don't want you to know. They don't want other people to know, because if other people find out, they're going to start questioning why. There's something to do with people not finding out, but on the other hand, there's something to do with you having some sort of recognition. They can't stop this. They can't stop it. They can't stop this ship coming in for you. They cannot stop people finding out that they lied about you. They can't stop people finding out what they did, because they can't stop you. But they think if they can get back into your energy, they can put a halt to this, and they can keep, like, their mask is slipping big time. And they think if they can get back into your energy, that mask will go back on and they'll be safe. But they're not allowed access to your energy. It's not going to happen. They can't stop it. There's something about you speaking your truth. You could be doing this in a public way. You could be doing this, or you may have a platform, and you may be speaking your truth on a platform. And this person wants to stop this. They want to get in your head. They may be trying to send negative energy your way to stop you, to make you feel unmotivated, to make you feel like you're, like, basically to make you question. To make you question that you're on the right path, basically, okay? They may have tried this in the path. They want to throw you off your path. They may have tried to do this in the past, and they may have been successful, but it's not going to work now, because you're not the version of you that they remember. You're not the version of you that was allowing them that access in the past that you did in the past. Like, you've stepped into your power. You know who you are. Nothing and no one is going to stop that. Nothing and no one. On the bottom of the deck, we have the royal you. You know who you are. You've stepped into your sovereignty, your freedom. You don't care. And that's why this person's being revealed. Because you genuinely, confirmation that you're the star, endless possibilities are opening up for you, okay? Yeah, you're beyond the ordinary. You're not of this world. Like, I wouldn't say it's like you don't care. It's just that you're understanding and you've accepted. You have accepted that you are not for everybody, that not everyone is going to like you. They're not. You've just accepted it. That you're not here for everybody. You can't fix everybody. That people. It's the balance. People are going to say good things about you. They're going to say bad things. But what you're not doing, you're accepting that sometimes you're going to be the villain in other people's stories. That doesn't mean that you're genuinely the villain, but if that helps that person heal, then that helps that person heal. You're still helping them. You don't need outside validation. So what others say about you has no effect, because you don't need that outside validation. You validate yourself, you know who you are, and you know that if somebody sees you in a way that is not who you are, you're not going to go out of your way to defend yourself, because if you have to defend yourself, then it's you're not standing firm in your beliefs, and on some level you still see yourself that way. The truth doesn't need defending, is what I'm trying to say. The truth doesn't need defending. You don't need to defend yourself. Other people's opinions of you are not your problem. You're not for everybody. But you've just accepted that everyone is here to have their own experiences, and they're going to say what they want to say about you regardless of what you do, so you might as well just do what you want to do. As long as you have confidence in the choices that you make, and you're making mindful choices that aren't going out of, you're not going out of your way to negatively impact anyone, it's all good. If somebody is seeing you in a negative light and they're speaking about you in a way that isn't actually who you are, then you understand they're just projecting, and anything that they're saying about you and twisting, if it's not true, then that's their karma, not yours. So you're just focusing on yourself, doing your own thing. Yeah. Okay, let's get some advice or guidance, please, from Spirit with regards to this situation, what they want to, anything else they want you to know, what they want you to do moving forward. Stay true to who you are. I just heard stay true to who you are. That's all you need to do. Divine Matrix. Okay. There's something to do here with a portal of abundance, because I'm seeing all the flowers around the outside as abundance, and I'm seeing this as a portal. You've unlocked some sort of portal of abundance. Opening to discovery. Okay. We had new opportunities come through, didn't we? What was the card? Something about opening to opportunities. And that's what it feels like to me, is like there's a new opportunity coming in. You've unlocked the door, a new beginning, a new timeline, a new way of being. You're not out here worrying about what's going on with them. You're just focused on yourself. It's just that Spirit want you to know what is happening with them, and that to confirm that you're on the right path. It's just to confirm your intuition, to confirm what you already know. You're so open. I'm just being drawn to all these stars. These stars. You're a star. This could be literal. It could just be symbolic. We have beyond the ordinary. You don't think, like, you see and you feel things differently. You have a different way of viewing the world. You don't view the world like most people do, okay? On the bottom of the deck, we have quieting the mind. Yeah, you're quite peaceful. Like, you're not letting anything disturb your peace. You have a very unique way of viewing the world. And it's opening you up to this new timeline of abundance, new opportunities. Things are flowing in for you. Like, you have a way, it's something to do with like the way you just feel things differently on a deeper level. You see things, you could be a seer, but you see the unseen. You can, there's something about feeling, it's just about like all the senses. You feel things, you see things, you think things, you know things. It's all on a different level, but you've managed to bring it in to sort of balance where you're able to see things, but you're able to stay disconnected and not feed into fear. You're able to stay peaceful despite all the chaos going on around you, okay? You've mastered, you've mastered, what have you mastered? I want to say mastered the matrix. You you know how to make the energy work for you. You know how to transmute the energy. So instead of sinking down to other people's energy and lowering your frequency, you're going to raise your frequency and transmute that. You're you're very high vibrational, but you're very grounded. You know how and when, like, you've made peace with your shadow side. Nothing anyone says or does can actually be used against you. And I'm seeing somebody sending something your way and it just bouncing back. It's rebounding. And they're confused and a little panicky. Like, you can feel it, you can see it, you know what they're trying to do. And you're just like, I see you. I see your true intentions. I know what you're doing. You see through the masks that others wear. And in this interaction that you have with this person, you're going to see straight through them. Your discernment is on point. You're following your intuition. You know what's for you, where you might not know where you're going. You may not be able to see exactly where you're going, but there's something about a childlike adventure. You know, like when you're a child in that excitement of, oh, we're going on an adventure. You're tapping into that childlike wonder, that excitement. You know when to tap into. It doesn't matter how old you are. You know how to tap into that inner child. And instead of looking at things of, oh, why is this happening to me? You're looking at me. You're looking, going, okay, I might not understand why this is happening to me, but I'm just going to go with it because I know at the end of it something great is going to be there. And that is what this person didn't foresee, is they cannot take away your hope and your belief and your faith. They thought if they could take that away from you, that it would all come crumbling down for you. They underestimated the faith and your connection to the divine, which is ultimately what they tried to attack, and they cannot attack it. It is so strong now. It is unbreakable. In the past, they were able to break it. They were able to create those doubts and those fears within you. They can't do it anymore. They cannot do it anymore. And I can just see some people are just looking at you and they're speechless, they're silent, just looking at you. They can't take their eyes off of you because they're just in such awe of you, because your energy is just so bright and it's so magnetic and attractive, and they just want to be around you. There's people that want to be around you that you're not aware of. They may not be aware of like what it is about you. They may be complete strangers, but there's people that just want to just stand near you just because your energy is so good. It's so comforting, it's so nurturing. And then there's other people that are looking at you and they see you shining, and they're looking at everybody that's got their eyes on you, and they're jealous and they're envious. This person is jealous and envious of the way others were around you, the way you kind of had everybody's attention without even trying, just because of who you are, just because of your frequency, your energy, your energetic frequency. And they were jealous and envious because you didn't see it. But they just thought if they could, tap into that energy. It's a popularity contest. You didn't care. You didn't care about the popularity. You didn't want the attention. They wanted the attention because they need to validate themselves. If somebody knows that you've got something good coming in for you, or that something that you're wanting to manifest something into your life, and they want to get in before that happens. They want to get back in before that happens, and it's just not going to happen. Or they may try and use that as an excuse, as a reason to get back in with you. Because there's something here about being entitled. Something about you manifesting something. Or it may not have... I was going to say the seed hasn't been planted yet, but the seeds have always been planted. It's just in the spiritual realm. It's not in the physical. But there's something about them thinking that if it manifests into the physical, that you will then reach out to them for them to have access. That's not going to happen. And them also wanting to... So I think this is something specific that they're thinking, if something manifests for you in the physical, or when it manifests in the physical, because they know it's going to, that's what's going to mend the bridge, that you're going to use that as a way to mend the bridge, or they're going to try and use that to mend the bridge. But there's something about them trying to get back in before that manifests. No, they're just not going to be allowed. No, absolutely not. I'm hearing something about a child. I'm hearing something about a child. It may not be literal, so just take it as it resonates for you. Because babies represent new life. They represent new beginnings. They can literally represent babies as well. So you're going to have to take what resonates for you, all right? But there's something about a new beginning coming in for you, or a child, and this person trying to get back in with you before that happens, so that they can have access to that child or that new beginning. They want to come with you basically into the next stage, and they can't. They can't. They're trying to, that could be where the train came in earlier, because what I'm seeing again is the trains shunting and pushing, and this person trying to get on the train, but every time they try to get on it, it moves. It's moving. Someone's trying to jump on your train because they want to go to the next station with you. All right? No, absolutely not. Okay. Is there anything else, Spirit? No, Spirit are just confirming no. And I'm being shown again your spiritual bodyguards, your ancestors, your angels, your spirit guides. They're all just surrounding you, and they're standing in behind this door. Like, this person's knocking on the door, and I'm now hearing, I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I did a reading along those lines a few months ago, so if you're resonating with this, you might want to go check that one out. I can't remember specifically what it is called, but yeah, this person's being shown the door. They're being shown the way out. Okay, let's end this reading with some affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements about how you want to be, how you want your life to be, and used on a regular basis, they can really help to maintain that positive mindset. So let's get 3 to end on. Thank you, Spirit. No, that's too many. 2 more, please. Yep, thank you. On the bottom of the deck, we have, when I don't know what is happening, I choose to be curious and excited about what it is going to be. Confirmation of what I was saying about that childlike energy of wonder and excitement. You don't know where you're going, but you're just going to trust and have faith and see it as an adventure instead of being scared and fearful. You're just like, okay, it's like taking a leap of faith now. In the past, you would have taken that leap of faith with a little bit of fear. Now you're kind of just like jumping straight in. Like, you would have dipped your toes in the water. Now you're like, yeah, no, I know, I'm stepping well out of my comfort zone here. I'm just going to go for it. You're not giving fear a second chance to grip hold of you and create those doubts and those fears. You're just going, it's almost like, I'm not even feeling the fear. Maybe slightly, but it's just like that adventure, that excitement is just outweighing that fear. Like, it's fleeting. Any fear that you have come up, it's fleeting. It's gone quickly because you know how to transmute it. We have, I am strong enough to face every issue in my life with courage and trust. Absolutely. I said something here about courage. They're trying to steal your courage, or they're trying to gain courage to communicate with you. Okay. It is easy for me to attract all that I need into my life. I do this by relaxing and trusting that things are going to work out perfectly. Exactly. You are opening up a new level of abundance. You're stepping in to a new timeline. And this person is not allowed to go with you, okay? They are not vibrating high enough. They've served their purpose. They've chosen, they had a choice, step up or step out. And they weren't making a choice. They were just staying stuck and stagnant. So Spirit said, okay, we'll make that choice for you. You can step out. And they've shown them the door. We have, I trust myself. I am wise. I am brave. Absolutely. You know who you are. You trust yourself. You know everything's going in the right direction. And that energy in itself is addictive. So it's going to be very, very hard for someone to come in and destroy that. You're only, you're going to be really like protective of that. Spirit are very protective of you. You're very protective of your peace and your abundance and your healing and the legacy that you're leaving behind. Okay, so for you to allow someone into your energy is very sacred. Okay, so it's going to take a lot. You're really going to have to trust people. They're really going to have to show you that their words, their actions, and their energy is all in alignment. Anyone whose energy is not coming at you with pure intentions is going to be shown the door. Okay? I'm going to leave it here. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Namaste.